Our tech worked. Yes. Hello, hello. Can you hear us? Hopefully. Can you hear us?
Hello, yes. Hello. Yay, it works. Awesome. How are you guys?
Great. I'm so glad
that
it...
me?
Yes. I'm so glad that it worked.
Yes.
There might be a slight delay, so it might have to catch up for those watching, but I am so excited. I'm so excited. Can you hear us now? Let's see.
I am so excited too. Awesome. And I see that a lot of you have About Me pages and need help with updates.
Yes.
Yes, I hear you.
Awesome. Cool. Excellent. So go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience so that way people know who you are and kind of, what you do.
Wonderful, of course. So, hello everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Marina Lotaif, and I'm the founder of Yes to Tech. It's my mission to empower non-techie online entrepreneurs like you to maximize your online presence. So, in other words, I help you design your own unique brand, create your very first DIY website from scratch, and drive explosive amounts of traffic to it with online marketing tactics like social media marketing, email marketing, and blogging. And the best thing is that everything that I do is using affordable, easy-to-use tools, even if you're not tech-savvy at all. So you can do it all yourself without wasting your precious time or money on hiring a professional. So basically, think of me as your fairy godmother of tech, where I take you by the hand and explain things step by step by step, so you're never stressed or overwhelmed by the tech stuff. I saw Mindy earlier was overwhelmed by the tech stuff. No. I'll take you by the hand and show you everything that you need to run your online business. And that's it about me.
That's awesome. And you guys, the way we actually connected was through a Facebook group where I had saw in one of the promotions, there was a promo day, and she had posted her article, which we're going to get into here, about the About page. And I read it and I was like, yes, this is cool. Do you want to be on the show? Like that's just how it works, you guys. Like, if you guys want to step up, awesome. But I'm also going to come after you, and I'm going to find your content, and I'm going to ask you to come on the show because
thank you.
It's important, right, to be able to get out there in front of a new audience and being able to share what you know, because that's what it's all about. So perfect. Okay, so let's dive in. Why the About page? Like, what before we get into like the anatomy of it? Like, why the About page? What's so important about that?
Totally. So basically, the About Me page is where your site's visitors will go to get a taste of the face behind the business. That's you guys. So just think about it. When you think about a brand like Tesla, Elon Musk immediately comes to mind. And the same goes for other brands like Chanel and Karl Lagerfeld, Bill Gates and Microsoft, and O Magazine and Oprah Winfrey. They all go hand in hand, whether they like it or not. And when we're talking about online business owners and bloggers, that is us, mere mortals over here, the About Me page is even more important because we're not world-renowned celebrities. And even if we don't state who we are, no one will know or care about us.
Right.
And our site's visitors need to know about us. They need to know who's the face behind the business. And logically speaking, the About Me page is where we get to do that. So in our About Me pages, we have the chance to tell our story and how we got to where we are today. So this way, our target audience reads our About Me page and they get to imagine their story, their own journey in our own story, and see if we're the right guides to help them achieve their goals. And that's the main reason why your About Me page needs to be well crafted and showcase who you are, both professionally and personally, since it's one of the main deciding factors as to whether those visitors will resonate with you or not, and thus decide to stick around on your site to check out your blog, your resources, your services, or close their eyes, close the tab, and flee to someone else. And just to make things clear, and so that we're all on the right page, you guys, let's just cover a really quick example.
Yeah.
So I previously mentioned that I'm an online entrepreneur and that I empower other non-techie online entrepreneurs to maximize their online presence using affordable, easy-to-use tools. So if you imagine you're reading my About Me page and you're thinking, yes, I'm non-techie. Yes, I want to run an online business. Yes, I don't want to spend a lot of money. Yes, I want something that's easy to follow. And maybe even, yes, I want to do it all myself. You'll think to yourself, awesome, Marina is the perfect guide for me. Now, if in my About Me page I had told a completely different story and said something like, I help you create your client's website using advanced code to make it 100% you, and you were looking for someone with the characteristics I had mentioned earlier, you'll not resonate with me and instead look for another guide to guide you on your journey. And that's why what you add to your About Me page is so important. So depending on the terms that you use and the story that you tell, your visitors will either connect with you or not.
Yeah.
And if what I just said resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Let me know with this plus and the thumbs up signal. Just totally blanked out on what this means.
Yeah.
Just give me a little face or anything if this resonates with you.
Yeah, and that's so important, you guys, when we talk about the About page, because I think what happens a lot of the time is that we are going through and we're creating our website and we hear the word about, and then we automatically think, okay, we have to talk about ourselves and write this, I do XYZ and I went to XYZ and I studied XYZ. Like, we're so focused on the I statement, right? Paul is feeling this, good. We're so focused on that whole, it's all about me thing because, I mean, that's no one else told us not to, right? It says about, and
totally, yes,
our website, so we kind of have to do that. But that's where you come into play, and that's where this episode comes into play, because it's actually not really about you in that sense, right? We're not saying I do this, I go here, I went there, it's not about me, right? We're going to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump in. Go ahead and lead us into the About page and kind of what we should be thinking about now.
Yes, of course, Ed. So basically, when you're structuring and writing your About Me page, there are 4 main things that you should think about. So the first one is actually literally what Ed just said. You need to remember that even though you're writing an About Me page, it's actually all about them. It's all about what your target audience wants and needs. So you need to mention who you are and what you do in relation to how you're going to help your visitors. What can they expect to learn from you? What can you help and who can you not help? What do you believe in? So basically, you should be answering to your site's visitors, what's in it for me? So as we had said earlier, have them imagine their story in yours. And that story doesn't have to be long. So my story, for instance, is create a DIY website from scratch, even if you're not tech savvy. So let me know in the comments, you guys, what is your mini story that you can add to your About Me page?
Yeah.
And number 2, so it's to connect your About Me page to a call to action. So many people forget about this point, but even on your About Me page, you can connect those one-time visitors who connected with you into long-term fans. And that's why it's imperative for you to add a call to action at the end, or even multiple times throughout it if you're writing a long one to your About Me page. So this will give them the opportunity to get more resources from you and to join your tribe, or even to buy from you or request one of your services. And it's basically the logical next step that Shay should take to learn more about you. Now, if you guys go to Ed's About Me page, which when we were talking last week, he said he had recently revamped it, you will see there that in 2 sections, in 2 parts of his About Me page, there is a button that says Work with Ed. So as you're going through his About Me page and you're reading it, you're like, wow, he's super cool. I really like him. Like, I want to work with him. I want to learn more about him. You'll go ahead and click that Work with Ed button. Let me just catch up here in the comments. Yes, CJ call to action. Yes. Awesome, you guys. So let's go into number 3. And you need to let your personality shine.
Yes.
So if you're formal, be formal. If you're playful, be playful. So although your About Me page should be directed at your target visitors, it should also have your personality infused in it. So even if they have never met you in real life, they should feel as if they had met you just by reading about you online. So think about your tone of voice, the words and phrases that you use, and include those throughout. So a great tip for you to do is to grab out your phone and go to this voice memos app over here. I don't know if you guys can see, and record yourself when you're writing your About Me page. And then you'll see the terms that you use, the phrases that you talk about. And that's when you'll see like, wow, I use a lot of emojis in my text, or I say a lot of hey guys, and you can add those to your About Me page. And the same goes for the photo that you include. So pay attention to the way you dress and the expression in your photo. Are you smiling? Are you serious? All of these matters, since they should be thought out to attract your ideal audience. Yeah. And someone who does an amazing job at this, let me know in the comments if you know her, is Allison Marshall from Wonderlass. Oh. Do you guys know Allison Marshall from Wonderlass?
I don't think that name, I have to see.
Let me know in the comments, okay, you guys? So if you do know her and you get on her website, you'll see that not only her website, but her About Me page is infused. Oh, wait, sorry, Ed said something. I think we have a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, no worries. There's a little bit of a delay.
Ed?
Yep, hang on.
Oh.
There you go. And let me just see.
Do you know Allison Marshall or?
I don't. And then let me just see, you guys. Hang on. All right.
Awesome. Well, let me just.
Let me see. I'm going to go pause for a second, guys, and I'm just going to send her a message to see real quick to see if we can fix the delay just a little bit. See, this is what happens when when we're live. How many of you guys, while we're doing that, how many of you guys though are making sure to think about your about page, right? We kind of talked about a little bit about this stuff to the other day to talk about where you want to start putting yourself in the game and making sure that you're having your personality in there. And so that's where you want to make sure. Is that any better?
Yes, this is better.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. See, you guys, we're all techies around here. We can make things happen. I love it. So yeah, and I love that you bring that up because we talked about, real quick, you talked about voice memo app, which is great because the other day on our show, we actually talked about how just recording yourself, even if you just do the video on your phone, not live.
Yes,
but you just go on your phone and do a video of yourself just to get comfortable and to really share who you are and then watch it because then you realize what you're about and what you're saying. So it perfectly ties into what you just talked about.
Oh, absolutely. Do you want me to add Allison Marshall's email or site to the comments so people can see who she is?
Yeah, if you have the
let me
link,
do this here on
great.
the screen. Awesome.
Because I don't know about you guys, but I can't recognize the name just by itself. So if you do, let us know. But that would be great because it's new to me, I think. we go through so many, things, and it's like I just have to be able to see it. And you guys don't be shy, especially if you're watching the replay, because I know a lot of you will watch this tonight or even this weekend. We actually have a lot of people who watch it over the weekend. And always make sure to share your tips too. And like, what's important that I want you to take away from here is what's one thing, and you don't have to answer now, but what's one thing that you can implement that you got out of this video, this episode? What's one thing that you can implement? And then once you do, share that with us. Tag us on Facebook. Let us know in the comments. Bookmark this, whatever. Whitney, no, I don't know her, but just looked her up, her about page. Nice. So, see.
Yes, because it's totally infused with her personality if you look at it. It's the best way that I can think of describing her About Me page or her whole website is that you're entering a land of unicorns. So if you resonate with that, if you're part of her ideal audience, you will just get there and be like, wow, she totally gets me. But if you're not a part of her ideal audience, you'll be like, what is this? And close the screen and look for someone else to guide you on your journey. And that's the best part because she doesn't want to attract every single person out there, but a specific group, a specific niche that is her target audience.
That's what's key, right? A lot of us, we talk about this too, is a lot of us, especially when we start out, we try to reach for everybody because we want all of you guys. We want to be able to serve and deliver to everyone. But the problem with that is that it's not realistic and we confuse you, the target market, the audience, and then nobody gets to go home with anything. So that's why we have to constantly niche down and fine tune things and be us, like just be us, Yes,
exactly. No, totally. Yeah. And actually there's one last step to your About Me page, and that would be to structure it for success. So as we had talked about earlier, you don't want to attract everyone in the world, but you should attract your target audience and help them solve a specific problem that they think is very difficult to accomplish by themselves. So unless they love online business and they read about online business as a hobby, they will be going to your website to solve a specific problem. So when they're reading about you, they should be captured by a hook. Know if what you do is actually directed at them. Know what they can expect from you. So what are you trying to do? What do you do? What's your job, in other words? Understand why you are qualified, so why should you be their guide and not someone else? And above all, learn more about your story.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part. I don't know if we can do this, Ed. Is there any way that I can share my screen so I can show them my website so we can break my About Me section out?
Let me see. I should be able to go on mine because I don't know if Skype will let you share it because it will be in split screen there. But let me. Is it just the Yes to Tech?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let me go there. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, you guys. So we're going to go off screen and we're going to see, boom. It's going to load, hopefully. Did I put it right? Yes to tech. Yes. I just got to refresh because it's probably taking forever with, did I spell that right? Yes to tech.com?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay. It could be my site, so let me see if I can get it over. I'm going to flip us back over here. And I'm going to see if I can get this to pop up on my other. There we go. It's just taking a second. So you guys, when you go live, just so you know, when you're doing a setup like this, it can take a lot of strain on your computer. And so it takes, and the bandwidth, which is, for lack of better term, the internet, the Wi-Fi. So you have to make sure that you're patient and you just let people know. And it will just take a little bit longer because your computer's trying to do so many other things. So we are on your homepage. Where would you like us to go?
So scroll all the way down until there is a section that talks about me.
Yes.
So you'll guys see what I will be talking about isn't rocket science. So you think about creating an About Me page, and it doesn't have to be this long, complicated thing. It's actually can be really, really simple. So as you can see, I only have 2 paragraphs that talk about me. I also have like a whole blog post that talks about my journey, but basically that is all I have about me. And as you can see there, let me just read it out to you so you have an idea, and then we break it down step by step. So what I've written over here is, my name is Marina Lotaif, and I'm the founder of Yes to Tech. I empower online entrepreneurs, bloggers, and small business owners like you to maximize your online presence even if you're not tech savvy. This website I created from scratch without technical knowledge or hiring a professional. I want to help you do the same without stress or overwhelm. Get your dream website out of your head by taking my free 5-day email course and learn the first steps you need to take to get your site online in a way that makes sense for a total beginner.
Nice.
Okay, so it's two paragraphs. It's not long at all. So let's analyze it and break it down so that it makes more sense to you guys. So it says who I am.
Yep.
So I'm the founder of Yes to Tech, i.e. an entrepreneur and online business owner. It also shares a little bit of my story. So I created my company's website from scratch without technical knowledge or hiring a professional. It tells my visitors what I do and how I can help them. So I empower online entrepreneurs, bloggers, and small business owners. That's my target audience, you guys, right over there, to maximize their online presence, even if they're not tech savvy. So remember, as I had talked before, if they're looking for someone who talks about code or something really, really technical, they're not going to resonate with me. It also includes an emotional appeal. So get your dream website out of your head. So maybe, as we had talked about earlier, you're struggling to get it online. You're struggling to hit that publish button. And I don't want you to struggle anymore. I want you to get that dream website out of your head. It also indirectly mentions why they should connect with me instead of with someone else. So I'm just like them. My background is in business, not in computer science, and I didn't have prior web design or coding knowledge, but still managed to create a website from scratch. And lastly, as we talked about earlier, as one of the pillars of creating an About Me page, it provides the logical next step, which is to enroll in my free 5-day email course and learn the first steps they need to take to get their site online. And from there, they can click that yellow button and be redirected to the free course. So it's not rocket science at all. It's just follow these 6 elements step by step, and you can create a perfect About Me page for your website.
And I love that, you guys. I'm going to jump in, and we're back on the screen now. So what I love about that is the fact that it is broken down. You guys, this is where I love to just simplify, right? It's broken down into 2 short paragraphs. It's
Very
not
short.
a whole page. It's not a huge chunk of text. It's literally short and sweet. Here you go. Bye. Like, you could easily take this and use this for a bio on your social media profiles. If you become a guest blogger, most of the time people are going to ask, do you have a bio? Yes, let me copy and paste that for you because it's right here. You don't have to send them this whole about page that's like 5 pages long if you really put it on a Word doc, right? Because here's the thing, you guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody cares. When it's that long, nobody cares. Even if it's a full page, nobody cares. I hate to say it, but that's the truth. And I don't want you wasting time. I don't want you wasting your energy because you're going to be stressed out about the about page not sounding right. Like, no, just short, sweet, and to the point. So Whitney says, so I don't need a full separate page. Light bulb moment. Yeah, Whitney, you don't. You really don't. I mean, I will say that it is nice to have, depending on where you're at in your site. Let me back up for a second. Depending on where you're at with your website development, you guys, having an about page by itself is good because that is one of the top hits. That's where most people go. So when you do have an about me page all by itself, we're not even talking about what's on it yet, but well, we did, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're building your website, depending on where you're at in that process, you do eventually want to have a page that says about, because that is pretty much the number one page on your site that gets hit. Hence why we're talking about having your call to action button. Now, with that being said, again, going back to what we talked about earlier, if you are being held back because you don't know what to put on all these pages, you don't want to have all these empty pages sitting around, then don't worry about it. Get a home page that has a little section like this to start and go from there, right?
Absolutely. And as I had mentioned earlier, although I have a small About Me section on my homepage, if you are interested in learning more about my story, there's a whole blog post that talks about step by step how I got to where I am today, why I decided to start an online business, and all of that sort of thing. And then if I would like in the future, I could transform that or an abbreviated part of that into a separate about page.
Yes.
So it all depends on your desires and what you're looking for and what you're looking to get out of your own website.
It's so true. And I will also mention, you guys, here's another big tip that we just mentioned, is having it as a blog post. So we talk about repurposing a lot. We talk about, things that you can do in your business. Let me break this out for you. You can start small by having something just like we showed you here on the homepage, just a small about section that's maybe 2 paragraphs, and I'm not talking like 50 sentences long. I'm talking about 2 or 3, 4 sentences, and then move on. You start with that. Then you can go into a blog post if you want, and or your actual about page. Whichever one comes next, you can then repurpose and expand more, because the whole point of the about is to get that hook, right? When I become interested in you, I start asking you questions. I want to find out more about you. Not necessarily at the beginning though, right? It's just like dating,
Yes, exactly.
You catch my eye, awesome. Okay, I see you. I see you. I'm going to play a little hard to get, you're playing a little hard to get. Like, there's that thing going on there. But then we start to meet in the middle and get to know each other a little bit, right? We might have some coffee and be like, okay, I got a 15-minute break. Like, let's grab some coffee. We talk in line. Okay, maybe we'll catch lunch next time. So think of it.
Perfect example.
Right. Right. and so think of it that way and start small, just like Whitney said, light bulb moment for her. Now she can start small. She doesn't have to feel overwhelmed with the whole page. And then from there, if you're going to create a post, a blog post like you have, what I love about that idea, and I've actually done this in the past, it's an old blog post that needs to be updated, but what I love about that is, do you guys realize when you create a blog post, it's more shareable?
Yes.
And if you're in Facebook groups, like most of us are, guess what? They have blog post promo days. Not web page promo days necessarily, but blog post. So if your about is in a blog post, ding, 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 now you can share it. See where I'm going here? See where I'm helping you out here?
That's an excellent, excellent tip. Yeah.
And so that's what I want you guys to think about and realize that it's all baby steps. Remember, you just need one thing that you're going to implement. It looks like, for Whitney, it's boom, I'm going to get a short paragraph, maybe two, and just work with that for right now and then move on. Because
yes, and Whitney's getting her site online tonight.
Yes.
So let's do this, Whitney.
Yeah, and so that's what I want you guys to think about is just how can you structure things? How can you break it down and just work one step at a time? Because what we all do, I'm talking to myself too, is we see the whole thing and we're like, oh my goodness, we have to do X, Y, Z, this and that, and this goes here and that goes there. And we get stressed out, and then we end up not doing much. But when we start breaking it down, like this, being able to take the about page and break it down to a paragraph or two, and then working from there out, like that takes a huge weight off our shoulders, right? Anybody?
Exactly. Yes.
Even if you're watching the replay, let us know if that takes a weight off your shoulders. But that's huge. And that's why I wanted you to be able to come on the show and share that with us, because it's so nice to hear from other people from their side and letting us know what your talents are, what your business is, and being able to share your expertise and being able to break things down, because we all can say the same exact thing, you guys, but it's the way we say it and the passion that we have behind it that changes it for us, and hearing it over and over too, right?
That's very true. I heard somewhere that you need to hear something about 7 times for it to finally get into your head. Yeah. So sometimes Ed says it, sometimes I say it, sometimes you'll hear someone else say it, and then you just hear it over and over again, and then it'll finally be stuck in your brain.
Yeah. It's so true. And that's the same with when you guys are promoting things. And here's the thing, you guys didn't remind me, but I remembered, because we're getting close on time. But I want you guys to go ahead and take this opportunity. Even if you're watching the replay, this will still be okay. But I want you guys to take the opportunity, and when you feel comfortable, you don't have to do it right now, but when you feel comfortable, I want you to share a link to your website in the comments. But there's a catch. You can't just drop a link. You need to have a sentence or two, maybe 3 if you want, that kind of talks about you. It doesn't have to be your about page. It doesn't have to be your about section, but give me a little something. And when I say me, I mean the audience, because there's going to be people who are going to see this that are not just me. Give people just a little hook of what you do, what you provide, what that website's going to be. Again, nothing crazy, just a little taste of what I can find if I were to click on that. So at any point in time, that is okay. You can go ahead and do that. Don't leave us right now, though. So before I let you go, Marina, any last words of advice? And I'll make sure. Well, you did put your link in the comments, so that's good. Any other last?
Actually, I put Wonderlast's link over there.
Oh yeah.
But I have something that's very special for you guys if you're planning on creating an About Me page. It's called the Perfect About Me Page Worksheet. That literally guides you through how to write an About Me page step by step. So just like I broke down how you can write an About Me page, how I talked about my own About Me page, you'll have those guiding questions. So you can literally just fill in the blanks and write your own without stress or overwhelm. So after we're done over here, I'll add the link to that in the comments if you're interested.
Yeah.
And actually, yes, Ed, my final remarks are basically just do it.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like excellent and every little tiny minuscule detail all sorted out, but just get it out there. Get your site, get your About Me page in front of as many eyeballs as you possibly can. Yep. And pay attention to the details later. There's always later.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us and being a guest on here. And you guys stick with us. We have a few minutes left, but I'm going to go ahead and let Marina go. And we appreciate your time and hanging out with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so, so much for having me on today. It was wonderful being with all of you live today, and I'll hopefully see you guys next time.
Yes. Take care.
Thank you. You too. Bye.